Alright guys, we have a Mercedes, the M271 turbo 4-cylinder here, and I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like inside of the timing cover, because there's not a lot of videos on YouTube of the inside of this engine. A lot of guys do the chains and the phasers, and you don't have to take the timing cover off to do that. You can break the chain and you can roll the new one in. Same thing with the phasers. You can do the phasers while just taking the valve cover and this front plate off. You don't need to mess with the timing cover. But on this engine, we're going to do the guides as well. So we had to take the timing cover off to do that. It's a pretty big job. And you also have to drop the engine oil pan. I don't know if you can see, but it's not there anymore. Oil pan has to come down to get the cover off, because the cylinder head, you can see it sticks out above the timing cover, and the oil pan sticks out below the timing cover, and it's wedged in between, and there's dowels, a locating dowel here and there, so you have to take the pan down to get the cover off. Timing cover is sitting right over here, as you can see. To replace the tensioning rail on the passenger side of the car, you don't need to pull the cover. You can get it off. It comes out the top. There is a pin right in here. There's a little plug that you take off from the outside of the engine, and you stick a bolt. Here's the other side. It looks just like this, right? And this is in there. And you just thread a bolt in there, and you extract this pin, pull the tensioner, and this will slide right out the top when this phaser isn't in place. But to do this guide, you can't do that. This guide is held in by 3 pins. One is here, and then there's a second and a third one down there that are in the cover, and there's no access to those two. The top one you can pull, but the middle and the lower you can't. So if you're going to do this guide, this job goes from a 4-hour job to about a 17-hour job because of these 2 pins. And I have another video where I show you how to get this rail off without pulling the head. You can sneak this out in another video. I'll link it. But so this is what it looks like here. And then there's also a, if you're going to take this off, you've got to replace, there's an O-ring here, a seal. This is a water jacket, right? And then here's the other side right here. This is the O-ring with the part number if you want to see it. Right, that's the seal that goes right here. And then the tensioner, as you can see, actually bolts to the block instead of the cover itself. So you can take the cover off and leave the tensioner in place. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want to take this cover off, it's a pretty big job. Got to take the pan down. This is just, you know, RTV on there and on the bottom. The cylinder head has the head gasket kind of, you know, hangs over, so that's going to stay in place and get reused. But yeah, other than that, you got to pull this pin, this pin. You can get those guides out, the tensioner. You got the phasers with your marks. That's a mark that was there before. It's been rolled a couple times, so that mark no longer lines up. But you do have marks here that match up with the cam right there. Same thing on this side. Then if the cover was on, your crank pulley would have a pointer, and it would point to you know, 0 degrees, top dead center. And then actually with it off, the gear has a mark down below that, well, you can't see it in the video, but it's there. Either way, so that's it with the Mercedes M271. Again, if you want to just leave this guide alone, this job is pretty easy. If you want to replace this guide, it becomes far more difficult. That's it for today, guys. Have a great day.